18 races, all leading up to this 9-week stretch to close out Season 9 in the NAPA Auto Parts Cup Series. Kicking it off, the playoffs here tonight at Darlington, South Carolina, at the Darlington Raceway for the Southern 500 here to kick off the NAPA Auto Parts Cup Series playoffs. As I said, got a very solid field of 13 drivers on hand here, all ready to take to this mile and a third racetrack and duke it out here up against the wall. The Lady in Black awaits her next challenge, and these drivers are ready to face it. So before we get rolling, got a few pre-race ceremonies to take care of as usual, so please rise for the national anthem. And now to say the most famous words in motorsports. Drivers, start your engines! Engines fired here at Darlington, just a few moments away from sunset, and we'll be racing under the lights. Although, something has just been brought to my attention. Mace doesn't have playoff banners on his car.
Uh-oh. I got you. You just pinged me in general. I'm doing it for him right now. The 42.
Okay, well, he can't start the race without it, so whenever you finish it.
No, I already... No, that's the one without the thing. I already did it.
What do you mean?
I already did it for him. That's the time. Same exact one I put in.
Oh.
Without.
Well, dude, you gotta figure something out. Because when the yellow goes, you're cooked.
Hold on, let me...
Does everybody else have theirs? Looks like.
Yeah, everybody else is good.
Tell me when you're ready.
Well, we gotta get this sorted out first.
Well, we can't wait for long.
We can wait however long we want. Not really. Well, if somebody wants to like transfer a scheme or just slap a 42 on a playoff template for him, he can't race, and that would need to be done before halfway as well. So, if somebody wants to be a good Samaritan or a good teammate or whatever.
Well, you don't have. Just like I would do it if he has the actual, like, if someone has the actual PNG. I can't just go off the Roblox ID because the resolution's low, very low. He doesn't have a banner or the scheme.
No, the scheme doesn't have the playoff banner on it.
Okay, because people were talking about a banner.
No.
You got a Mace. You got a banner.
Okay,
banner.
Flicker said he's making it. He's probably just gonna put like a 42 on a blank car. Alright, well, a little bit of a delay here, but
The rules are the rules, bro.
That won't stop the show. Let's go ahead and have a look at our RPM rundown for tonight while we wait. 160 laps the distance here in the Southern 500 from Darlington. Going to be a long, grueling race, 45, 45, 70, the stage lengths. And we've got the fact this is a very odd oval, a mile and a quarter, not quite mile and a half and not quite a mile, right in the middle. And it's an egg-shaped oval, so turns 1 and 2 are much wider than turns 3 and 4. So it's really hard to set your car up to be good on both ends. You got to kind of sacrifice speed on one end of the racetrack to be good on the other. So that's going to be interesting to see where drivers can gain and where they end up losing comparative to the field. And then we've also got the varying lines you can run at Darlington here. You can run right on the dash line in the corners or right up by the wall, or you can kind of diamond it, which we saw a lot of last night in the Break Series race. So also something to watch for. And then we've also got, this is the opening race of the playoffs, as I mentioned, and the cut line drivers have to perform if they want to start their playoff journeys off right. So a lot of storylines to watch coming into the night. We'll take a look at our points coming into tonight shortly once we're green. But yeah, right now, gonna get a good associate moment from Flicker. Gonna help out his competitor Mace, give him a playoff car, so he's allowed to race. There you go. And all right, looks like we can roll now. Alrighty, pace car is rolling. So now let's take a look at our commanders on the grid starting lineup for tonight at Darlington. Taking home the pole once again this year, the 47 of Forza in the Hatsune Miku car, owner of Blaze Tech and playoff driver, going to lead us to the green flag alongside the 27 of Lucas, also in the playoffs. Behind them in row 2, the 1 of Hobbs, who's likely going to miss a start, and the 26 of Dragon, both drivers qualified for the playoffs. Row 3 belongs to the 31 of Zach, Dragon's teammate from Drone Strike Racing, also in the playoffs, alongside the 50 Jarrero development car driven by Hernan tonight, winner last night in the Break Series. Row 4, the 25 development car from Rab Racing B, driven by Ethan, and then alongside the 48 of Flicker from Bear Motorsports, two-time reigning champion, looking to go 3 straight. Row 5 made up by a pair of Bear Motorsports veterans, Ford in the 24 and the 18 of Supreme. Ford unfortunately missed the playoffs. Supreme looking to capture his first championship. Row 6, the 22 of Aiden, rookie from Rab Racing, going to roll off alongside the 51 of Red, also a rookie, but qualified for the playoffs in that Jarrero number 51. And rounding out our field tonight, the 42 of Mace, qualified for the playoffs with late night racing in his first Cup Series season.
Did y'all not see the flag? Oh my fucking god.
They didn't choose.
Another lap.
Nobody
Alright,
chose.
since y'all didn't read the rules, we're doing another lap.
Alright, well, we're not going green. We'll go green next time. Pace one more time around. Drivers are a little anxious to get going here, I guess. The nerves before taking on the lady in black seeming to strike the field here. A little bit of delay coming to the green, but nonetheless, flagman gives the signal. We'll be coming around to see the green flag this time.
Alright, choose cone. Put yourself in the lanes you're designated by qualifying order. Thank you.
There we go. Alrighty. Gearing up to go green. I'm excited for this one. The Break Series put on a good show last night. I have no doubt the Cup Series stars can replicate. So, coming through turns 3 and 4 around to see the green flag. 45 laps through stage 1 to get us started here tonight. Forza going to lead us into the Ohio Edison restart zone. 27 with some trouble on coming through turn 4, but nonetheless, we're green flag racing at Darlington. The playoffs are underway in the NAPA Auto Parts Cup Series. Dragon had a look to the inside of Forza coming off of turn 2, but the 47 able to power back around the outside and clear coming down the back straightaway. Now they dive into the very narrow turns 3 and 4. Got some cars sliding up towards the wall, but staying off of it. That's just one of the many ways to get around Darlington. Forza will lead lap 1. trying to cover up from the 26 of Dragon. Looking to the inside, though. Going to muscle his way underneath and now going to align himself to the inside of the 47. 27 back inside the top 5 after slipping back on the initial start. Dragon still trying to get the lead away from Forza. His teammate Zach looking on from third. Playoff drivers battling at the front of the field here early at Darlington, and Dragon will take the lead away from Forza, lead lap 2. Still side-by-side action in the further back in the pack. 2 Dodges, Rab Racing and Jarrero side-by-side. Ford and Mace, 2 Chevrolets also trying to make their way back up front or back forward. A lot of beautiful looking throwback cars in the field here tonight. Supreme running the Kurt Busch throwback to the Haas days, racing alongside the Back Tonight throwback to Bill Elliott, driven by Ethan here tonight. Drivers at the front of the field starting to congeal back together now. Forza and Zach now side by side for the top spot coming down the front straightaway. Lucas and Dragon side by side for third. Behind them, 2 Drone Strike Racing teammates, those 2. And Hernan and Flicker caught up side by side in a battle as well. We've mentioned the playoffs. You can identify the playoff drivers via the blue front and rear or windshield banners where the names would be, as well as the blue spoilers on not all the cars apparently. I think all the cars except the Ford, because it just doesn't work on the Ford. But blue spoilers, blue windshield banners, how you identify your playoff drivers, as well as the yellow highlight on the ticker on the left side of your screen. And right now, this 50 of Hernan stopping the top 7, I think, or top 6 from being all playoff drivers. Oh, lots of bumper tag going into turn 3 between Hernan Supreme and Lucas right there. Going to put the 27 into the wall. He's able to continue. Single filed all the way through the field right now. Early in the race, drivers trying to settle in, get a handle for their car, and wait until later in the run, I assume. Forza still leading the way. Zach on his coattails. Supreme looking to the inside. Big move. Not quite going to work out. Going to make some contact with the 27 and the 50. Lucas, a big slide. Able to save it and hold on to the position. But a big dive from Supreme to the inside of barely 3 wide, but 3 wide regardless. Contact was made. They're all able to continue, though. And it's going to end up costing Supreme here. Now side by side with his playoff teammate Flicker.
Contact in the back.
We've spoken of the playoffs a lot already, just 10 laps in. Let's take a look at the amount of drivers for each team in the playoffs, and you'll really be shocked when you see this graphic here. Drone Strike Racing got all 4 of their Cup Series cars into the playoffs. You see them, the 21 of Pengo, 26 of Dragon, 27 of Lucas, and 31 of Zach, all qualified for the playoffs. Bear Motorsports in second with 2 drivers, the 18 and 48, Supreme and Flicker respectively, and then the rest of the teams only having 1 car in the playoffs except for Rab Racing. Mid-season team not able to get any of their cars into the playoffs. But strength in numbers, definitely something to keep an eye on, especially next weekend at Talladega Super Speedway, where you got to have help if you want to be successful there. You got to know where your friends are and you got to be able to work with them well. So this is definitely something to keep an eye on and keep in mind next weekend when we head to the Super Speedway in Alabama. Battle for the lead is on, though. Zach looking to the inside of Forza through turns 1 and 2. Some contact made down the backstretch. Zach way down on the dotted line. Forza trying to run the high side right up on that wall. Gonna bring him to a stalemate. Now here comes Dragon right up to his back bumper. Looking for somewhere to go. Gonna try and follow his teammate through on the bottom. Is Zach gonna slide by and take the lead? Dragon gonna try and follow suit. And just behind these three, the third Drone Strike Racing driver tonight, Lucas, just out of frame. Hernan in fourth, separating a handful more playoff drivers, Flicker and Supreme. That's not really a handful. Oh, contact between Ford and Ethan coming off of turn 4. Looked like the 25 got jackknifed with the 24 trying to come up off of turn 4. It gets really tight coming off these corners. Easy to do that. But Ford is able to continue. Ethan going to lose a handful of time. Forza striking back on the Drone Strike group now. Back up to second over Dragon. Very spread out field here as we just pass about halfway through this fuel run here. Got to start questioning strategy for some of these guys. When will we see the first few cars come to pit roads, kick off this first green flag cycle? Should we make it all the way green?
And speaking of fuel, let's bring in an old friend, Larry Mack. Larry Mack. Sorry to interrupt your play-by-play, King.
No, you're good. Larry Mack, what do you got to tell us about the fuel here at Darlington? The tires as well, very abrasive track. So when should we see these guys start hitting pit road?
Yeah, King. Now, thankfully, since the development group has increased research for tire wear and fuel saving and all of that, I'd expect these guys to start coming in right past halfway once the fuel starts to get down to the hundreds. Tires is important at Darlington, very important. You run it for a couple laps, you feel fast, all of a sudden you're slowing up and you're lifting up. That's how Darlington's supposed to be ran. So these guys have to take care of their tires if they want to strategize and get that trophy.
All right, very good insight once again, as always, Larry Mack, as we watch Flicker and Supreme now try and make their way past Hernan in the development car for Jarrero. Two playoff drivers here battling with the Break Series playoff driver, but Hernan doesn't much care. He's racing to get some experience here in the Cup Series, racing for himself and his team. No manufacturer alliance between these three. So Hernan's racing for himself, and now he's going to get a bump from Flicker there in turn 1. Teammates side by side for the lead, though. Lucas from 4th all the way to 2nd now, battling for the lead with his teammate while we're recovering some of the further in the back stories. Lucas now to the inside again in turn 2. Little brush of the wall. Oh, 31 into the wall. 27 also in the wall, trying to slide up. Forza underneath all of them. Going to come 3 wide off of turn 4. That gets tight. Able to keep it together, stay off of each other, but Lucas going to surge ahead to the lead for now. Oh, 51 of red on pit road. So Larry Mack, looks like we got a little undercut strategy going on here, or maybe just not happy with how the car is. We saw him running right inside the top 10, 9th, 10th, somewhere around there.
My personal opinion is that Jarrero, they hired the stupidest crew chief, so they may make a bad call, they may make some right calls, who knows? But Forrest has done a lot of undercutting the last times, and we see him all the way back in 15th, all of a sudden white flag, he's out in the lead. So that could be the case for Red, and it looks like Red is out of his box.
Yeah,
I think Red was out of his box.
Oh, I didn't see that. Officials.
I got a clip. Well, if the officials didn't see it, then, I mean, it's.
All right, 42 is out though. 42 is out though. That's gonna be a drive-through.
Penalty for Mace, also trying to undercut, it seems. And he's going to go a lap down. 22 of Aiden, also coming off of pit road. So it looks like some of the drivers in the back. Aiden.
Who's in the 22?
Aiden.
Yeah, give him a drive through too, bro. I got him. Got him, bro. My
Looks
bad,
like
Ace. Not you, bro. Not you.
Some of the drivers a little further in the back. Starting to peel off one by one. Probably looking for some adjustments to better their race cars, but unfortunately, penalty is going to bite them. Not what you want to see for the 42, especially playoff driver. A bit of a ways below the cut line as well coming into tonight. Let's take a look at the points entering Darlington here. The 51 and the 42. Two playoff drivers not having the best run here early at Darlington. And then already at a pretty significant points deficit entering the round. So they're going to need to step it up between now and Richmond, the round finale, if they want to have a chance at advancing.
And another drive-through for the 22.
But with the 21 of Pango not being present here tonight, that's a good opportunity for them to gain some positions on the cut line. And
42's clean.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out after tonight. But you can see the rest of the playoff standings coming into tonight. Forza with a massive points lead coming into tonight. 97 playoff points accumulated during the regular season. Dragon in second with 44, and then Hobbs third with 36.
22 DNF.
You parked it?
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
No points either.
Hey, how about these Bear Motorsports drivers? Oh, well, they were catching the lead pack, but now Flicker, Zach, Hernan, and Supreme. No, not Supreme. Who's that last car? Ford, all coming on to pit road. Well, Air Mac, looks like you were pretty spot on right there. Oh, good stop for Flicker. Hernan, though,
out of his box.
Gonna roll through his box. That'll be a penalty for him. Ford is within his box.
Right, thank you, Michigan.
Next lap around, got a few more cars hitting pit road. Now 27 of Lucas, barely gonna make it underneath that commitment cone. His teammate Dragon gonna follow him onto pit road.
Michigan, we watch now. Watch that exit.
.26 peels off, as well as a 27. Both of these drivers pretty happy with their race cars so far through the night, but got to keep up with the track changes as we progress through the night. That's going to be the name of the game tonight. Always is during the Southern 500, but no major changes on this first stop for either of these two. Oh, Lucas, trouble getting out of his box. He's going to have to he backs up. Looks like taking secondary service. Dragon, though, comes right out, no issues. Forza also on pit road. Short stop, and he's done. There's the 50 serving his penalty, rolling off. Now it looks like Supreme is also coming off, so I think everybody's pit. Yep, Ethan coming off. So that's everybody has pit on this cycle. Let's see where it cycles out now. Forza and Dragon both had pretty quick service. But it does look like the 47 comes out with a big gap over the 26 and 31, who are now bumper to bumper. Actually, yeah, Flicker and Supreme jumped both of them. Wow. Great stops by the Bear Motorsports crews of the 48 and the 18 to jump the 26 and 31 on pit road.
Yeah, the 47, they took 2 tires and half fuel.
Okay.
Others wanted to play it safe and took 4 tires, so that's what held them up a little bit.
Flicker 4 tires, filled it up with fuel. So that means Dragon must have taken 4 tires and half fuel or something.
the Dragon took that, yeah.
So let's see how long the tires hold on for the 47. Still got 13 laps to go, coming around to C12. So still a bit of a ways out until this stage yellow. So we'll see if Flicker can make up that ground, make up this 3-second gap. Because the difference between 2 and 4 tires can be stark in these race cars, especially at a track such as Darlington, where your tire life is crucial to the performance of your race car. So first pit cycle in the books here tonight at Darlington. 12 laps to go in stage 1 as we now have a very strung out field, and we're going to make a dash to the end of stage number 1 here. First stage of the playoffs in season 9. I need to get some commercials for next season, because that would be a great time to transition to the commercial. Oh my god, wait. Oh my god, wait. We could auction commercials.
Low-key, yeah.
We could auction commercials.
Forza,
Hold on, Forza. I know you're driving, but take notes.
Oh, as we see Hobbs, he's back on track for the first time.
Oh yeah. Hobbs is here. He'll be able to merge 2 laps down, but
the way that this racing's been going, I don't think there's going to be a caution other than the restarts.
yeah, the stage yellows.
Stuff happens there. Yeah.
Yeah, very clean race we've seen so far. D2 was pretty clean as well, if I'm being honest. I think we only had 2 or 3 cautions per incident. Just off the top of my head.
Laps are changed. And yes. Give it up more time, Malcolm.
Oh, Ethan's parked it as well.
All that talking for nothing.
Check back in on this gap between Flicker and the leader, and it has come down from 3.3 seconds last time looking at it to now 2.6. So looks like the 4 tires are definitely playing a factor here for Flicker, but will he have enough time to catch Forza? There's a lap car in between these two. 27 of Lucas, who had to take, or no, wait, who is that? Oh, that's Mace, sorry. 42 of Mace between these two. Just 1 lap down in position for the Lucky Dog at the end of the stage. Chevrolet Associate, though, we'll see if he'll let Flicker by if he's able to get to him. Making our way through stage 1. Forza coming to see 4 laps to go. Let's see, I feel like there's another graphic I was supposed to show.
Yeah, it looks like 2 tires just was right call there.
Indeed. And I guarantee you the entire field just took a note of that move right there. From Forza and the 47 crew.
When it comes to road racing, Forza is like a Bible. So although they may figure that out, he may have other stuff up his sleeve.
Absolutely.
That we don't know about.
Well, we've been talking about the fight for the stage win, but we can't look over these 2 Bear Motorsports Chevrolets in 2nd and 3rd, also in position to get some playoff points at the end of this stage. The top 5 all get stage points. The top 3 receive playoff points. So Forza, Flicker, and Supreme in position to receive those. And that's very, very important in the playoffs. Very crucial to your performance. So, well, I'm sure Flicker's a little upset he's not going to be able to get to Forza for this stage win. Definitely will take some playoff points instead as the pit road closes, as Forza takes 2 laps to go. 47 comes to the white flag in stage number 1. And he has no pressure in the rearview mirror. Beautiful sunset here. We're racing under at Darlington. And Forza getting around turn 4.
Should be dark as crap in Carolina now.
It is. But this is Roblox. Stage number 1 goes to Forza. Flicker and Supreme 2nd and 3rd. Zach and Dragon 4th and 5th, rounding out the top 5 and the stage point receivers. 4 just outside the top 5 and 6th.
Those good pit stops help Supreme and Flicker dearly.
Absolutely. Bear Motorsports has become a staple for having some of the best pit crews on pit road. Pit road is not open. Pit road is not open.
They hired them directly from Hendrick. Directly from Collars. They retire from Hendrick, they come here.
Yeah, lap cars can wave, but they're not allowed to pit. All right, pit road open this time when we come around. While we're under yellow here, let's take a look at our showcase here in the infield at Darlington. We've got, through the years of the NAPA Auto Parts Cup Series race cars, starting out with the block car here in Season 1. Very basic design, you know, just a standard block car. Then we move on to Season 2, I think. I don't know. I guess this is the Gen 2 Dodge Charger. You know, a pretty significant upgrade from the block car. And then we go to the Gen 3 Dodge Challenger for the Cup Series. A lot of the league's growth was with this car, I feel like. And pit road is open. Sorry. We'll get back to the showcase after pit road clears. Flicker close to the line. Zach speeding on entry. Mace also close to the line. Ooh, that's close. I'm not gonna call it. And Forza and Lucas look good as well. Alright, back to the showcase. Moving on from the Gen 3, the Gen 4 and Season 4 and 5, I think. The Chevrolet Camaro, one of the best looking Chevys that we've had in my opinion. Especially the front end of the car. The car looks really mean, really clean. Then we've got this Gen 5. No, this is...
Problem with the 50?
No,
He
I don't
remember what gen this is. I don't remember what gen this is, but Toyota Camry. This was utilized in Season 6. And then the current car... That car was Season 6 and 7. And then this current Ford Mustang that you see on track every weekend is from Season 8 last season and now Season 9. This car has been in use and will be in use once again next season in Season 10. So, here's your through the years showcase for the NAPA Auto Parts Cup Series. 5 years, and we've come so far. And we continue to develop and grow. So, yeah, thank you all for sticking around. Thank you all for tuning in. And we'll have Stage 2 on the docket here, and we'll be going shortly, as we should come around to see the 1 to green this time.
Don't know what color of flag that is this time.
Pink.
Congratulations. You got a cookie.
Yes. Alright, there's our flagman Kwame Cumberbatch giving the signal. Flag is green. Alrighty, Forza gonna lead us to the choose. Let's see how they divvy themselves up for this one. Ford and Flicker, Supreme, and Ford all to the high side. Forces to the bottom from the control position. Gonna be followed up by Dragon, Lucas, Red, and Hobbs. And following the Bear Motorsports trail on the high side is Mace, Hernan, and Zach. So, rolling around to the Ohio Edison Race Star Zone once again. The kickoff stage, number 2 in the Southern 500. Forza's on the gas, and we're back green at Darlington. 40 laps to go through stage 2. Flicker with a good jump on the outside. See if he can keep that momentum up all the way through the corner. Forza, though, going to surge back on the bottom. Able to clear. Oh, contact in the back. Lucas and Ford get together. They're going to kind of collect the 51. And almost going to save it. Hernan tried to come back up. And clipped somebody else, I believe. Everybody gets straightened out, though, and will stay green. Have another look at what happened here coming through. Excuse me. 1 and 2 coming off of 2. Looks like 27 just gets a little too high coming off the corner, pins the 24 into the wall, and then the oncoming field just nowhere to go, gonna get collected. And then the 50 of Hernan trying to recover his car from below the apron, gonna come back up, take a slide through turn 3. But now Flicker and Supreme had some great track position on this restart. Let's see if they can hang up here with this 47 and 26. We really saw those 4 Fords, the 3 from Drone Strike Racing and the 1 from Blaze Tech, drive away in that first stage. Now let's see what these 2 Chevrolet teammates can do with some track position here in stage 2. Flicker up the track through turns 1 and 2, gonna lose that spot to Dragon and Supreme. Trying to fight back to the inside, though. Gonna push the 26 down the back stretch into turn 3. Supreme right up on that wall, ripping the high side, high, wide, and handsome in that 18 car. Some contact on the front stretch between the 51 and 27. The 2 playoff drivers looking to be a little upset with each other. Tensions might be starting to flare here at Darlington. The track too tough to tame. Can get under your skin. The drivers can get under your skin, but it's if you can harness it and drive forward with it, is how you become a winner here. Flicker, what a corner! Oh my God, ripped the high side right around his teammate. And Supreme really slow on the front stretch. He might have had an issue coming off of turn 4. Gonna stack up a handful of cars behind him now. Oh, Red almost around with the 31 of Zach. Now he's gonna come back up and almost get turned around. Supreme's trying to turn around. It's gonna slide into the wall.
We're still wrecking.
The long one here at Darlington. Red finally able to get it corrected and keep going, but now the entire field is up on him, and he has just slid all the way through the running order, now outside the top 5. Let's get another look at what just happened right here. Coming through turn 2. Supreme trying to come back down the racetrack, trying to complete his corner. I don't know if he just didn't know that he was top of 3 wide. It was close between the 51 and 31, but they were definitely underneath him. And he comes down, 51 gets turned, trying to save it, comes back up, catches the 18 again, and then just parallel to the field, or sorry, perpendicular to the field, the entire back straightaway. And more chaos ensues in turn 3 until he's finally able to get it straightened out. But not the start to your first playoff for the driver of the 51 at all that you want to see. Yeah, teammates going at it. Oh, up the racetrack. Close call with the jackknife. Lucas and Zach, teammates from Drone Strike Racing. The way they're racing, though, you wouldn't know it. Oh, there they go. They get caught together that time off of turn 4. Supreme now on the back bumper of these 2.
Just one warning from the suspension.
The top 10 completely filled by yellow highlights on the ticker, blue banners on the race cars, except for the 24 Ford here in P7, holding strong after a heartbreaking scorcher 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately missed the playoffs. First car out of the playoffs, but still racing here at Darlington, trying to get that first win in over, 130 races now, trying to break that winless streak. Right in midfield right now at Darlington. Still a long race, though. A lot of time to get that car driving how he wants it. We'll just have to keep an eye on this 24. Beautiful looking DuPont throwback. Got a lot of great looking throwbacks. The 51 just behind him as well. Running the Casey Kane throwback. I think it's Casey Kane. Don't roast me if it's not. Already talked about Supreme and the Kurt Busch throwback. The Greg Biffle throwback just in front of him. The 31 is Zach. Lucas and his Denny Hamlin throwback. And then we got the Hatsune Miku car leading the way here at Darlington. Very strung out once again. Pretty polar opposite to what we saw through stage one. We really saw the front four stay packed up together for a majority of that stage until the pit stop. Now we're seeing the top four be really strung out between Forza Dragon and Flicker. And Lucas now finally pulling away from his teammate. We've still got a handful of one-on-one battles here a little further back. Red going to the inside of Ford. And Zach and Supreme continue to go back and forth for fifth. Excuse me. Flicker starting to reel Dragon back in here for second. That 48 is looking like a long run car.
Everybody in here is top second back. They're losing Forza, man. I see the numbers. They just keep going up.
That 48 car though, looking like a long run car underneath Flicker tonight here. We saw it just before that pit cycle. Last stage we saw him and Supreme start making a run towards the top four, and now he's chased the 26 back down, looking to go by him here. See what he has for Forza if he's able to make this pass. Side by side off a two, down the back straightaway. Can't keep this battle going for too long either. The 27 of Lucas, Dragon's teammate, quickly closing into the picture now, just a car length away from these two. Flicker still hung up on the inside. Big swerve from Lucas down the backstretch. Looked like he wanted to put it 3 wide, didn't have the momentum to. Now he's going to drive right to the inside of the 48. As Flicker sent it in on Dragon, Lucas sent it in on Flicker, and he's going to get both of those spots. Efficient work by the 27, and now Flicker and Dragon continue to battle, but now for third place instead of second. Oh yeah, got some cars on pit road. Mason Red, sorry. $20 to go in the stage. Should definitely be able to make it. So, see if the undercut works for these two. Not the nights that they've been looking for so far. Gonna try and throw some strategy in here to pick up some stage points potentially.
really quiet.
No big block from Dragon on his teammate. A little bump to the back of the 48 as well. Lucas still starting to build a gap to these three behind him. Lucas did qualify outside pole alongside Forza for the initial start, so there's genuine speed in that 27. Now that he's got some clean air and clean track, let's see if he can make up any time on Forza, who's just been pulling away since the green flag was dropped for stage 2. Holding a pretty wheel out front. Let's see the gap this time. Looks like it grew. I would say we're a few laps out from our pit cycle next season, or pit cycle.
Next season.
I was reading.
I think the cars will run out way before next season.
I was reading the chat. Somebody said something about next season. But yeah, a few laps out from our next pit cycle. Let's see when we see our first few drivers drop off the banking and hit pit road.
Now until tires can.
Let's see, do I have any other graphics to show? Nope. Just logging laps here in the Southern 500. Long race, very grueling race. Just a few laps out from halfway as well. Let's see who has the fastest lap. Lucas. 29 or 27.36. And then a three-way tie for second fastest between Zach, Dragon, and Hobbs.
Times are cutting down. It wouldn't matter anyway since these guys should be pitting soon.
Yeah, Lucas is making up a little bit of ground on Forza. Get a good pit stop here and he might come out a little bit closer even. But it's where we see Forza make a mistake on pit road. We'll just have to see though. Anything could happen.
Yeah, we see takers.
Zach and Flicker diving down to pit road. Lucas also coming down. Much better pit entry for the 48 and the 31, able to get right to the 27's back bumper. Looked like a late decision from Lucas to come off the banking. But got a handful of cars on pit road here. Supreme and Ford as well. Ford from the lead also on pit road.
And Ford on the line.
Hate to see that for the 24. Quick service for everybody. Flicker and Lucas coming off of pit road side by side here.
Still on that blue line though, that's crucial.
Absolutely. Hear the frustration over the radio for the 24 after getting notified of that penalty. I feel like I would say this has been a better season for Ford than last season. But unfortunately, as we said, missed the playoffs, made the playoffs last season. But competition has gone up this season, and 24 just fell a little bit behind. 26 coming off of pit road. Going to lose a handful of spots here. just pitting just a lap later than everybody else. But he does have a lap fresher tires, so see how that balances out.
Tell you what, do not sleep on that battle for the free pass between the 50 and the 1. That was the game.
Oh, yeah. Hernan and Hobbs here. Racing for the free pass in P10. Hobbs got one of his laps back under the last caution, I believe, wave around.
Yep.
And Hernan a lap down. I don't remember how Hernan got put a lap down.
He had drive-throughs, that's why.
Oh, yes. Ford just a few seconds up ahead of Forza as well. I don't think Forza will be able to get to him. 24 is not that off pace, but you know, a mistake or some issues for the 24, and that could give him the free pass over this 50 and this 1 car. So also something to keep an eye on. The one of Hobbs in the playoffs, so he's desperately trying to get back on the lead lap here and go race for positions with the rest of the playoff field. 50 of Hernan, Javarero Motorsports development car, racing purely for some experience and potentially chase another trophy after he won the Break Series race last night.
Don't go sleepy on me now, King. Still tons of racing left.
5 coming to 4 to go this time at the line. In stage number 2. Lucas and Flicker currently holding... Forza Lucas and Flicker holding playoff points positions at the end of the stage. Forza and Flicker looking to get playoff points through both stages. Good days in the making for those two. Lucas looking for his first playoff points of the night. And Supreme and Dragon just a few paces behind these two as well. Battle could start to heat up for 4th place stage points. No playoff points, but still, every point matters in the playoffs. Especially when you're below the cut line like the 18 is coming into tonight. Take a look at the points coming into tonight at Darlington. Supreme 8th in the point standings after playoff points were added. 7 points back from the cutoff. He got 3rd place in stage 1, so already a good start to the grind. Oh! Contact with the 26 coming off of 2. Big moment for Dragon. Trying to race side by side coming off of 2. Almost went wrong. But they're able to keep it straight. Forza coming to the white flag. Lucas and Flicker still 2nd and 3rd respectively. But as I was saying, a lot of these guys below the cut line not really having the nights that they need other than the 27 and you could say the 18 of Supreme, but the 42 and the 51 not having very good nights by any means. Have not really showed their faces inside the top 5. And they're currently the 2 lowest drivers from the cut line, so you got to get it right. Got to get it right fast, because after Darlington, Talladega's a toss-up, and Richmond's usually pretty straightforward, but we haven't been there in a few seasons, so we'll see how it is. But yeah, Forza wins stage 2, sweeps the night here at Darlington. 50 of Hernan able to hold on to the free pass position over Hobbs. And Supreme stays ahead of Dragon for 4th. So pit road can be open. Pit road is open. Everybody's coming down. Forza leads the field. Flicker first to his box. No real complaints about the car, just I don't know. Never mind. I wish I had a pit reporter. Hobbs gonna take
King,
the
I'll
wave
tell you this:
around.
everybody's taking four tires, and I forgot our fuel sponsor, but
VP.
VP. Yeah, keep saying Sunoco.
It should be Sunoco. I don't know why Ford had to change it.
Yeah, I don't know why. We got a Sunoco billboard up here, and we're talking about VP.
VP race fuel. Like, bro, little goofball. What you talking about?
Cornball head.
Cornball.
But honestly, man,
Pit road open one more
my
time.
ones to watch. My ones to watch. That should be another sponsor, by the way. Sponsor ones to watch. My ones to watch are, aside from Forza, I mean, once Forza gets clean air, he's gone. That's a quick summary. No need to expand more on him. But I'm looking really at Flicker as my dark horse, and I would say even Supreme. Because if they can have like a good pit stop, and while we're cycling coming down to the white flag, one of those guys may get pretty lucky.
The Bear pit crews have performed earlier in stage 1, and these two have shown good speed throughout the night. So, yeah, definitely drivers to keep your eye on. I like those two picks, but I'm gonna go with, I think I'm gonna go the 26 of Dragon for my one to watch. I mean, he's been inside the top 3 all night. My only concern for Dragon is, looks like he's been having a little trouble making his way through traffic. We're not choosing this time. But yeah, Dragon looks to have a little bit of trouble coming through traffic, and then that most recent pit stop lost some spots. So just a few minor things to clean up for him, but we have our longest run of the night coming up here. Going to go green with 66 laps to go.
Yeah, these guys, if the race carries on like how it has been, these guys cannot make any mistakes on pit road. A drive through, you're done.
Yeah, because we have gone green for incident all night long. So get the 1 to green at the flag stand. Drivers will choose their lanes on the backstretch once again, and then we will set off for stage 3 in the Southern 500. Opening race of the playoffs for the NAPA Auto Parts Cup Series. Forza's been the dominant car all night, but he's got the outside pole sitter gonna choose second in line behind him. And then the 48 of Flicker looking to defend his back-to-back titles with a third here in his farewell season. To the choose cone. Forza and Lucas stay bottom. Flicker gonna defer to the top, followed by Dragon, Supreme, and Hernan. Mace, Ford, Red, and Hobbs all on the bottom. Best track position the 42 has had on a restart, I believe, all night. So let's see what he can do. See if he can help his playoffs, or his playoff buffer, and position himself well for this final run of the night. Forza and Flicker, your front row. Back into the Ohio Edison restart zone, and we're green once again. Flicker with a great jump on the outside.
Yeah, outside had an amazing start.
47 did not get rolling through the zone. Flicker gonna clear and pull away through turns 1 and 2. Forza now side by side with the 26. Not quite able to get clear off the corner. Golden opportunity for the 48, as well as the rest of the field. Even you just said under that yellow, Forza with clean air. Unbeatable, but now a little bit of dirty air in front of him. So let's see if that car still drives the same, or still drives well enough with the 48 out in front of him. Oh man, look at Supreme. Tried to shove the nose underneath the 26. Got the 50 all up his rear bumper as well. Into the wall goes Dragon and Supreme in turn 3. Forza closing back out on Flicker for the top spot. Bumping through turn 1. Here he comes to the inside. Contact made. Coming down the back straightaway. Whenever we see these two racing side by side for the lead, there's always paint traded between Flicker and Forza. We saw these two racing for the win a few weeks ago at Indianapolis, coming through the final corners. Forza put Flicker in the wall, took them both out of the race. And it was this third place car, Dragon, who swooped right by and took the win. Forza, though, able to get by the 48 for now. Oh, Dragon way up into the wall. Here goes the 27 of Lucas back forward after falling back with the 47 on this restart.
The reason why I didn't want to mention
clear
the
the 48.
27, the reason why I didn't want to mention 27 was my ones to watch, because I already know. Coming to the end of stage 2, he was cashing Forza, so Forza should be crapping his pants right now.
Oh, yeah.
Really.
Second with clear track position, no pressure on the back bumper, and as close as he's been to the 47, I believe, all night. So let's see what Lucas can make happen here before we get settled into this long green flag run.
The thing is, he just has to make sure he enters pits the right way, because he has a problem going into pits.
Yeah, we saw that on the last stop.
Gonna slow him up.
Yeah, late decisions, it looked like. Late to get off the banking while everybody else really has their mind set on pitting. You see Flicker and Zach, namely, dive down low into turn 3, really carry a lot of speed down there while holding the brake. And that helps them gain a significant amount of time on pit entry. But one of Hobbs coming off of pit road after taking the wave around did not get to stop under that most recent yellow. So while he's temporarily on the lead lap, gonna end up potentially putting him behind in the race long strategy, but we'll see. Have to keep an eye on it. And I'm not sure what happened to Lucas, but it looks like he's falling back from Forza.
Yeah, you hit the curb. I forgot what it's called.
The apron?
He wasn't in the race line. Slowed him up.
The apron?
Yeah.
Well, he lost some time to the leader, and now he's got the 26, his teammate, looking to make a pass on him as well. Defended well, though, running that high side. Got a good run down the front stretch, opened up the lead by a number of car lengths, and now here's Flicker trying to take advantage of the 26 to his inside. Flicker goes around Dragon for third. Lucas opens that gap back up between those two and himself. He's got to focus ahead on that 47. Oh, I know what I can talk about. I know what graphic to put up. That would be like Ford, talk about packages. You know, only OGs get that joke.
Yeah, I scoffed. I was muted.
All right, well, you may be wondering if you've kept up with our races throughout the season. You may be wondering why it's so hard for some of these guys to catch each other, but here's the reason why. Had some package changes after a test a few weeks ago at Chicagoland Speedway, testing the intermediate packages, namely at a number of tracks, not just Chicagoland, but following the Kansas races. about a month ago, I guess now. We've decided that going to make some adjustments to the front splitter and the rear diffuser to decrease drag and increase the downforce. No, wait. I forgot what the statement said. There's dirty air now. And less draft, basically. So, less draft to aid the drivers in catching up to each other, but still doesn't prevent battles like the ones that we're seeing here from 3rd to 6th here. Between Dragon, Flicker, Hernan, and Supreme. And a massive block from Dragon onto Hernan all the way down the front straightaway. Defending super hard for that spot. Now to the inside of Flicker coming through turns 3 and 4. Forte trying to rip that high side. Going to catch the wall a little bit off of 4. Might kill his momentum. Not quite, though. Still able to get back clear. Just barely, though. By the atom of that rear bumper. Flicker's able to clear in front of the 26. And now Hernan going to jump to the inside of Dragon as well. Try and take this spot while the 26 is fading. 50 laps to go here tonight. Forza coming to 49. 3 wide coming off of turn 4. Oh, that gets tight. Contact made. They keep it together, though. Now Dragon's been shuffled outside of the top 5. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but keeping an eye on this gap for the lead. Lucas looks to be closing in on Forza a little bit. Lap by lap, he's cut that gap down from about a second. Well, it went back up that time, but that doesn't look like that's not a second and a half. That's not a second and a half.
That's not correct.
But yeah, Lucas is starting to close in on Forza, definitely. And now these Chevrolets from Bear Motorsports are now nose to tail. And we've mentioned earlier, Flicker definitely has a long run car in that 48, so starting to settle into this long run, and that car is woken up. He's starting to come back forward. Let's see if he can start making up any time on this 27 as well. His teammate, the 18. I'm not sure what kind of car Supreme has. He's been mired in traffic a little bit more than his teammate has all night, but now it's Supreme back behind his teammate. Let's see if he can follow him maybe to the promised lands or even go by him. Supreme, a winner in the past here at Darlington, I believe, and one of his better racetracks. Really had this one circled for the playoffs. And got a top 3 in stage 1, top 5 at stage 2. Currently running top 5 here in stage 3. Oh, 51 coming on the pit road. Once again, going to try the undercut. I feel like you got to try anything at this point.
They're trying.
Got to try anything at this point.
Yeah, try to do dimes and gotten them nowhere, but
not having a great night, the 51 of red. But hey, respect him for trying something at least, you know. Absolutely no way anybody can make it to the end either, so potentially gonna see some strategy tosses or toss-ups here. Oh, and he speeds on exit. That's gonna be a penalty.
not fortunate.
And so for the 42 on the line as well. Wait, no, barely. Oh my God, that is close.
Wow.
Razor's edge.
That's a pixel.
You're lucky, buddy.
Forza still leading the way, but he's got a little bit of pressure now from the 27 of Lucas starting to make a run towards him here at Darlington. We've seen these two have their draw matches a few times this season. I think of Nashville specifically. where Forza, Lucas, and Deere were all racing for that lead late. Contact was made. Lucas fell out of the contention for the win. Forza took that one home, but now Lucas just got to make no mistakes on pit road, no mistakes on the racetrack. And I have faith that he could be right up there with the 47 in a few laps, a number of laps. Not going to be easy to catch the fastest car all night.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Yep. Just has to
Especially
walk in.
with
it's got a lap car.
Oh, the 51, typical. Hey, yeah, you want to race. This is what I want to see right here. Come on, keep racing them, bro. Keep racing them like that. Bring my car up there, bro. Bring him up there.
Hold him up.
Hell yeah, Red. I appreciate you, brother.
51 still hanging on the inside of Forza. 27 loves to see this.
That's if the 51's getting away.
Ooh, more contact. 51 is on fresh tires, so 51's on fresh tires, so he's likely got the pace to stay with these two.
True.
Forza able to get back in front of him though. But that's another car for Lucas to maybe draft off of, and well, these two will be pitting soon, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But definitely closed in the gap from the 27 to the 47.
Well, now the 27 has to deal with the 51.
Yeah.
Who knows who that will be?
Oh well, blue flag was being displayed.
A lot of cars to pit.
Oh yeah,
There we go.
third through
27.
about 8th coming to pit road.
Yeah. So these two leaders, they're the last one to pit.
Pretty long run as well.
This lap.
They've gone pretty long compared to the rest of the night. See Flicker coming in with 75 fuel. Ford over the line, be able to back up. Here comes Lucas to pit road. Zach also on pit road. Hernan, Supreme, and Flicker coming off. Here comes Lucas. Beautiful stop for the 27. Going to be followed by his teammate Dragon. He's also good. And here comes Forza now entering pit road.
He's good.
All right. So I believe once 47 comes off pit road, that'll complete our cycle. And now to see where the blend happens. Or how the blend happens. Forza taking full service. Flicker coming off of turn 4. Lucas up the road. Let's see where Forza is just now crossing the blue line. See how long it takes him to get up to speed here. Lucas coming off of turn 2, full speed.
He gapped him a bit. How much?
Yeah, gap remains about the same between the top two through that pit cycle. So, efficient stops for both teams. And now we're back into the long run. Should still have one more pit stop on the schedule, though.
Yep. That's a guarantee. Because I don't think they're going to have enough fuel.
Yeah.
Watch Forza.
So, still got some crunch time here. .33 laps to go. At Darlington, just logging laps at this point. Closing in on the conclusion of the Southern 500 for Season 9. I see this as a better time than ever to transition to our forecast with Force. Crank it up. 20 laps to go in the Southern 500, and it is still a stalemate at the front of the field. Forza slowly pulling away from the 27 of Lucas, but not by much at all. You watch the gap as we were under our crank it up, stay pretty much stagnant. Now Forza open it up to just over a second, right around a second over the 27. Closing in on our final stop of the night, though. Already seen a few drivers drop off the pit road, like the 42 of Mace, the 51 of Red, who unfortunately got a penalty on his stop, so definitely going to throw a wrench in the strategy for him. But this battle for third starting to heat up now, as we saw these four, run pretty single file, pretty separated from each other. Now Flicker and Supreme starting to make inroads on the 26 of Dragon and bringing the 50 of Hernan right with them as they do so. Top 5 completely occupied by playoff drivers, and then 50 of Hernan at 6th, having a very strong run in the Jarrero development car, which we've seen have some solid runs this season with Sierra behind the wheel. Not surprised Hernan's having a good day as well. Flicker had a look to the inside of the 26th off of turn 4, but couldn't hang on and gets the momentum off that high side of the racetrack. That's the give and take here at Darlington. If you run the bottom, you can send it in harder on entry, maybe make a little contact. 8 tires turn better than 4, but then running the high side, you get that great surge of momentum running the high side. But this time, no such thing for Dragon, as Flicker able to stay right on the door, stay alongside him. Now he's got his teammate Supreme shoving him through the corner, trying to help him out with some bump draft here at Darlington. 1 week, guys. 1 week will be at Talladega. You can bump draft as much as you want, but you're doing it here at Darlington. Teammates working together. And Flicker will take third. Supreme now trying to complete the pass for fourth on Dragon. Good rotation, good center rotation for Supreme, able to work back to the inside of his teammate, but not going to give him a good exit though. Dragon with a lot of momentum off the high side, again going to clear back, and now the 50 might even do the same. That's that give and take I was just speaking of. .51 of Red, frustrated on the radio, and rightfully so after tonight. Not been the night he was looking for it all. And yeah, I can definitely tell the frustrations building just through the radio communications, but yeah, gonna be an even taller hill to climb next weekend at Talladega, and then the weekend after that at Richmond to complete this opening round of the playoffs, the round of 10, before we eliminate 4 drivers, cut the field down, or the playoff field down to 6. We race through New Hampshire, Watkins Glen, and Dover through the round of 6, and then cut off 2 more drivers, and then the round of champions will be held at Charlotte, Maryland, and Homestead, where we will close out our season and crown a champion. So hopefully you stick around, keep up with all the playoff storylines right here on the NAPA Media Network. Oh, what happened to Flicker? Went from third all the way back to 6th and disconnected from that pack he was with earlier. Dragon back in 3rd. Hernan now 4th, and Supreme back in 5th. Looks like Bear Motorsports got jumped. Speaking of Bear Motorsports, where's Ford? Ford back in P8 after, oh, he had a penalty, right? Oh. Well, then I guess he's just slow. Sorry. When will we see drivers hit pit road? I'm interested in that.
Pretty soon. Pretty soon.
Because can clearly make it now with the stop, and could probably make it just taking a quarter fuel. You might see some people try and stretch it all the way.
My concern is the tires.
That too, because we can't see the tire wear on the telemetry. So gonna be on the drivers here.
Tires will pop.
5 to go for Forza.
It's
Flicker's really falling off.
Oh yeah. Tires might be gone for the 48. Very slow on the bottom of the racetrack, getting passed up by the 1. 31 of Zach is on pit road. He is seated to the tires, seated to the strategy, and going to come on the pit road. And roll through his box. So I think he's out of tires. See if he can get into his box. And he's going to slide through it. Oh, that's unfortunate. 50 car on pit road, speeding on entry.
Alright, wow. Everyone's killing each other. Themselves, I mean.
Yeah, late race pit road penalties. Force is still side by side with this 51 here. Try to put him 3 laps down. Lucas,
I
though.
think Flicker's trying to stretch it.
Lucas just a dot. Oh, Flicker could be saving. He might be saving. Heavy save. I don't think he's touching the throttle on the straightaways.
Letting a 331. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Yeah, Flicker's not touching the throttle on the straightaways. Flicker's trying to stretch the fuel all the way.
And pits are closed.
All right, married to the strategies now.
The VW's drive-through. And that will be another drive-through for that 3 out of 4 on a 4 nightmare day for that 51.
Well, you can't serve it now.
And well, these last anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. White flag at Darlington. Forza takes it. Looks like he's got enough fuel to make it around this one last time.
Maybe pitting was the wrong call.
Maybe. Been a dominant night for the 47 here at Darlington. What a way to kick off the playoff tenure. Looking for championship number 4. Is Forza going to kick it off with a win at Darlington to start out the playoffs? Flicker still got to finish that lap. 33 fuel. Can Flicker make it around? I think he can. Yeah, he's good. Lucas and Dragon going to come home 2nd and 3rd for Drone Strike Racing. And Flicker going to get 4th. Supreme 5th across the line. Bear Motorsports. 2 drivers inside the top 5. Same for Drone Strike Racing. But atop them all, Blaze Tech's Forza gets his 8th win on the season. Well, no. 7th. Yeah, 7th. No. Yeah. 7th.
Or is I thought you and Red Adam had each other locked. I thought you guys were best friends, bro. Thought you guys were best friends. How you guys fighting all of a sudden? You guys should be best friends. Y'all should be yapping each other up and stuff.
Oh, Flicker could be saving. Why do I hear myself? Heavy save. I don't think he's... Radical, turn the stream down. I can hear myself.
beautiful voices in it.
Shut up.
Big serious.
Sounds... I don't like how I sound on recordings. Well, I mean, I'm used to it now. I don't think anybody does. Whatever. Forza going to burn it down here on the front stretch at Darlington. One of the more straightforward races of the season, but in my opinion, the most deserving driver gets the checkered flag. Dominated the race, swept the stages, and comes out on top here in the Hatsune Miku car, Hatsune Miku fire suit. And what a way to open your playoffs in a quest for your 4th Cup Series championship. Came up short last season against Flicker, so the revenge tour is on for Forza.
So that 3-0 the Ravens scored a touchdown.
Here he is in victory lane. Hatsune Miku herself. Forza driving the number 47. Win number 7 on the season comes tonight at Darlington. Congrats to him and the Blaze Technology Motorsports team. And let's move on to some post-race interviews. Let's start with our 2nd place finisher, Lucas, here. Here on pit road, post Darlington with Lucas, driver of the number 27 Drone Strike Mustang. Qualified 2nd and finished 2nd. Very straightforward. Oh, on paper it would look straightforward, but had a great car, but had to fight through some adversity all night. But regardless, getting a good finish for you and the team. So tell me how your night went tonight at Darlington.
Today went good. I mean, it wasn't like the worst thing on Earth. Stage 1 could have definitely been another 2nd place if I had a hiccup with pit road. They pulled a Apex GP and forgot to give me tires, so I was like, oh shit. And yeah, no, today was good. I won't complain because it's not like any other race where it was like I was being held up by teammates or anything like that, but at the same time, yeah, it was just pure pace. I mean, he understood what to do. I couldn't catch up. I was too focused on saving in the beginning, and I couldn't catch up, but we were fast. That's all that matters. You know, I think we only got 1 warning this race, so I guess we're just dragging it on to Talladega. There will be shenanigans unless it'll be like Scorcher where nobody gets warnings because it's a shit show. But other than that, yeah, I mean, good race, good playoffs for us. You know, we're doing way better than our teammates right now. That's a good thing. And other than that, yeah, so hopefully we can still get that win, but before the round ends. But I'm good with finishing 2nd, better than finishing 12th like Scorcher.
Yeah, definitely oh, you're massive now. Definitely a great finish for you to kick off your playoffs as well. I believe 1st car below the cut line, so a 2nd place finish, and I believe stage points throughout the night.
Yeah, I got a stage 2 2nd too, so it could have possibly been like triple 2nd, but it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I won't complain. I mean, Forza's, you know, the veteran. I'm just a rookie, so.
Yeah, definitely. But overall, great run, as I've said, and hopefully you can keep this momentum rolling through the 1st round, and we'll see you at Talladega.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, and oh my gosh, we're gonna get a Dragon interview. Holy snap! We're gonna move to his teammate, 26 of Dragon, finishing 3rd. after qualifying fourth. A great run for Dragon in the Cessna, number 26 for Drone Strike Racing, coming home behind your teammate P3 to kick off your playoffs. Coming in second in points. Didn't need much to be able to advance, but luckily a good finish will definitely help your odds. So tell me where you're thinking going into Talladega next weekend.
Well, same as usual. Just get good finishes, good runs, good stage points. Just keep it up.
Yeah, definitely keep up the solid performance that you've had throughout the entire season, if I'm being honest, and should find yourself in contention for another championship. So, yeah, good run tonight at Darlington, and hopefully you can keep it up next weekend at Talladega.
Thank you.
All right. Now to our P4 finisher down here, Flicker. First of the Bear Motorsports drivers. Flicker trying to back up 2 straight championships with a third, and a good start to the playoffs, I would say. Stage points all the way throughout the night, and top 5. Not too shabby to kick off the playoff run this season. So tell me how the race went for you tonight, and tell me where your mind is next weekend at Talladega.
Our race was pretty good. Car felt okay for the most part. It was a little too tight for my liking, at least. Around like mid-entry of the corner, it just wouldn't stick to the bottom like other guys in turn 1. I don't know if it was just my fault or I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but definitely could have been faster. I feel like we had the momentum to go battle for the win after the first 2 stages. So kind of disappointed that it all went to waste there, but it's okay. Barely made it on fuel. I
saw
saved
that.
myself a couple spots by doing that. So I'm glad we took home a top 5, and I'm just looking forward to Talladega next week and getting busy with my teammates.
Yeah, came into tonight P4 in the points. A good buffer above the cut line, and should be able to go have some fun next weekend at Talladega, so hopefully we see you there.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Finishing behind Flicker in P5, rounding out the top 5, Bear Motorsports teammate Supreme driving the 18 Chevrolet as always. Supreme, good run for you as well. Darlington, one of your better tracks, delivers once again. A top 5 on the season, always good to have, and overall a great run right behind your teammate for most of the night. So tell me how this race went for you.
The race was pretty solid. I was really expecting top 5 run all night, and we got that top 5 run. Then we got like what 3rd, 4th, 5th in the stages, which we love that number count. Yeah, loving this throwback. Love this. Always love coming to this track. One of my best tracks. We got Dega next weekend. Won at Dega a couple seasons ago. So we're really just taking this one track at a time and just enjoy the last races before I ride off into the sunset. Whether I'm Mark Martin or I don't know who has won championship in NASCAR. I don't even know, but like the end goal is to win a championship. Matt Kenseth, all right.
Kurt Busch.
Whether it's oh yeah, Kurt Busch has a championship. I kind of lost my brain for a second, but yeah. Whether I'm Mark Martin or Kurt Busch, it's been a great ride, hell of a career, and hopefully we can finish it off by getting one more win at one of these tracks.
Yeah, the farewell season for Supreme. Hopefully can get one last win on the year, and maybe even chase that championship. So, like you said, a good run, got some good tracks lined up for you. So hopefully we can see you in victory lane soon.
Yeah, brother.
All right. And now we will go to finish results. Get a little foggy here. We might as well finish the Bear Motorsports interviews. We'll move over here to Ford in the DuPont throwback. Ford, pretty quiet day for you overall. Just didn't quite have the same speed as your teammates had. Couldn't get the same track position, but beautiful looking race car. And yeah, just tell me what you needed out of the car, or yeah, tell me how the race went.
Yeah, for the car, you can thank Supreme. Thing is gorgeous. Found my old fire suit from forever ago. I had to dust it off. Honestly, I think the second stage was our fastest stage. We had pretty good pace there. We're starting to figure out some good lines and make some ground on some people. But once we got to the third stage, I don't know what it was. Maybe I just wasn't focusing or exhaustion or what, but I just was not doing as well as I did the majority of the race beforehand. I tried different lines, so I don't know. Maybe everybody else got faster and I didn't get faster, or maybe I just wasn't focusing. I don't know, but we definitely got slower in stage 3. Did not get the result we wanted at all. So yeah, I'm just ready for Talladega next week. Hopefully it'll be a good race. Hopefully it'll be fun. We'll probably be bringing our Starry car on next week. We always run the Starry car plate track, so yeah. I want to thank DuPont for coming on for 1 week, and thanks Supreme for making the car, and yeah.
All right, well, definitely a lackluster run for the driver of the 24. I'm going to have to wait one more week to break that win streak, but Talladega is as good a shot as any to do so, so hopefully he can get it done there. All right, now we will interview Mace. I think Mace finished right outside the top 5. All right, here on pit road with Mace, driver of the 42 Chevrolet for late night racing. A little bit of pre-race drama, luckily sorted out for you. Got a playoff scheme just in time for the green flag, and were able to compete. But once you got going, could not really find the line, couldn't really find the pace. So tell me what you needed out of the car or out of the track to maybe get a better or have a better run through the stages at least.
Well, it was definitely a very weird race because it started off weird for me. Bass Pro Shops took all the sponsor money, and the speed must have left along with them. I was just awful all night. The car felt comfortable. Just felt like I had no lift out of the corners, and that's where I'd lose almost all my speed. But the fact that we weaseled a 6th place out of that is absolutely a minor miracle. But as for Dega, I'm looking forward to it. Not sure what we're gonna do about a sponsor, because apparently I'm not marketable enough for Bass Pro Shops. But obviously, a big thank you to Late Night Racing. Thank you to Kirby for throwing something together there for me at the end. Big opportunity for us next week. I think these next 2 weeks are really big opportunities for us. Just tonight was simply not what we were looking for, but I won't complain about a 6th place finish at all.
Yeah, definitely a good comeback drive in your first playoff start in the Cup Series. So congrats to that. Good valiant effort by the Late Night Racing team. But hopefully can get some good momentum rolling, or keep the momentum rolling into Talladega, and have a good point today there. We'll see you then. All right. And for our final interview of the night, we'll move to 51 of Red. Pretty eventful night for the 51. A handful of pit road penalties. Darlington pit road is tricky, and you could not seem to figure it out. So, tell me how the race went for you outside of pit road, and how was your first playoff start?
Terrible. I mean, absolutely terrible. I mean, it felt like I was on ice skates every time I'd enter pit road, and then I could just not catch the people in front of me whatsoever. Like, the draft was so small around here. I don't know. And then everybody's angry at me now, so there's that.
Yeah, it definitely seems you've ruffled some feathers tonight at Darlington, but hopefully you can just, push that aside and go get the best finish for you or your team next weekend at Talladega.
Yeah. Oh, and also, no blue flags waving for me. I was hanging on his outside and had fresher tires, by the way. But Radical didn't say that, and then I kept getting door locked with Forza, but I get penalized for it, so oh well.
Yeah, not the best race by any means for you and the Jarrero 51 team, but Talladega's a wild card, and hopefully he can bounce back next weekend. We'll see you then.
Yes, sir.
Oh, never mind. That was not our last interview. We got one more. Hernan has just rejoined the stage. Here on pit road with Hernan, driver of the number 50 Jarrero development car tonight. After winning last night in the brake series, sorry. But Hernan had a pretty solid run. I believe finished top 5. I think we're running top 5 regardless.
No, I finished ninth.
Oh, okay. So had to pit at the end, I guess. All right. Well, regardless, a great run in the Cup car. Right around the top 5 all night. So tell me how the race went for you, and tell me if you learned anything from driving this Cup car.
Just gonna make this short and sweet. Ran top 5, had speed. Got screwed over on a couple pit road penalties, but managed to recover nicely. But the end there, wasn't able to recover. Finished 9th. Still continuing to improve. Still feeling more confident in these Cup cars. Definitely gonna be running some more starts here, maybe at a more skilled track, because I love Darlington and it's one of my favorite tracks. In this beautiful Michael Annette car that I have. That's pretty much it from me.
Yeah, definitely a run to be proud of for the Brake Series rookie. And as you said, hopefully he can get in the development car a few more times before the season's out. And so hopefully we see you back in this number 50 a few more times, Hernan.
Thank you.
All right. So that'll do it for our coverage of the Southern 500 from the Darlington Raceway. Forza gets his 7th win on the season after a dominant performance all night long. And the playoffs are now officially underway for the NAPA Auto Parts Cup Series. A lot of shakeups. Well, actually, not a lot of shakeups. A lot of drivers that needed to have good days did not have them. Speaking of the 51, maybe the 42 even, who still rallied to a good finish. But going to be very interesting to see what plays out next weekend at Talladega Superspeedway. So hopefully you tune in. Should be a good show. But for now, this is King signing off. Hope everybody has a good night.